My target audience are young people aged between 16 and 40, including young families. My target audience are of mixed gender and come from both ABC1 and C2DE backgrounds. During the pre-production of my front cover, I created a flat plan to show the basic layout of the front cover. Here you can see I have used boxes to represent the masthead, date, tagline, price, cover lines, barcode and banner. I have represented the cover image using a box with a cross. From this basic flat plan, I used images from the internet to make a more visual mock-up of my front cover. I also filled in the masthead and date and indicated that the magazine is free. I also added some cover lines, a banner, inset images and a barcode. I used Facebook to obtain feedback on my front cover mock-up. The feedback highlighted issues such as the fact that it looked a bit bare and needed more cover lines. They also said that I needed a tagline, since at this point I had not decided on one. They said that the background was a bit too dark. Another comment said that I should position the word free above the barcode. They also said that the peach shape in the corner would look better in a darker colour. Based on this feedback, I began to construct my real front cover using photos I took myself. I added more cover lines to give the audience more information to entice them to read the magazine. I decided on a tagline, Spark, the community magazine that fires the imagination. To make the background brighter, I photoshopped an image of my model onto a firework image to add more light and colour to the page and make it look more attractive to the target audience. I then used Facebook to obtain feedback on my progression. This time the comments indicated that it was much improved and suggested that I should move the tagline so that it is under the masthead. They also said that the cover line directly under the masthead was difficult to read. To solve these issues, I positioned the cover line, What Happened When Haven't Went Smoke Free, over to the right to make it clearer against the white hat in the cover image. This then gave me enough room to place the tagline under the masthead, which instantly looked better and more professional. I then received some verbal feedback from another member of the target audience once these changes had been made. They noticed that the word free was not properly aligned above the barcode. I could not move the word free over to the right because this would make it hard to read against the green jumper. Instead, I had to move the barcode to the left so that it was properly aligned. My contents page also started out as a flat plan consisting of boxes and crosses. Here you can see the layout of the inset images, columns and page numbers. From this starting point, I then used images from the internet to create a mock contents page. I also started to come up with some stories for the contents page. I decided that the page did not look colourful enough, so I used a burnt orange colour for the headlines of the stories and added a page border in the same colour. I then posted this image to Facebook to obtain feedback. The feedback I received was very positive, but did give me some ideas for improvement. It was suggested that 2 of the page numbers on the images were not very clear. They also said that the colour I had used for the headlines was too light. Based on this feedback, I changed the colour of the headlines to make it a couple of shades darker and clearer to read. I also received some verbal comments such as the magazine name and date at the top of the page could be larger. I then started to construct my real contents page using my own photos and editing some of the stories. I took my feedback on board and increased the point size of the magazine name and date at the top of the page slightly. I received some more feedback which suggested that I swap the place of the book's photo and the hamper photo. I tried this and agreed that it looked better due to the fact that I had removed the background of the hamper photo using Photoshop. I continued to use flat plans to design the layout of my double-page spread. My flat plan uses boxes to indicate the headline, stand first, columns, pull quotes and captions. The crossed boxes indicate the main image and the inset image. I did not create a mock-up of my double-page spread. Instead, I started to design it using the photos I had taken at a local firework display, and I decided to write a review of the event. The production of my double-page spread went through many stages, which I recorded using QuickTime and are embedded in my blog. I sought feedback once the double-page spread was finished. This time, I only used verbal feedback to improve my double-page spread. The comments highlighted the fact that the Stand First font was not differentiated enough from the copy. Some mistakes in the copy were also noticed. Following this, I changed the Stand First font to italics so that it is clearly separate from the main body of the copy. I also pasted the copy onto a Word document and used the spell check tool to correct the mistakes in the copy. Overall, audience feedback has been extremely useful in enabling me to create a magazine that suits the needs and wants of my target audience. This means that my magazine is more likely to be successful and profitable.